Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa.
Here.
Councilman Torres.
Here.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Cedeno. Councilman Gollman.
Here.
Councilman Mazza.
Here.
President Grover.
Here. We've got 7 members of City Council present. This is a regular meeting of the City Council as incorporated in the annual meetings notice of 2014, which was filed in the City Clerk's office and posted on the bulletin board on December 27, 2013, and sent to the Star Ledger and the Home News Tribune, all in compliance with provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law of New Jersey. This time I'm going to ask Councilman Torres to lead us in a prayer of pledge of allegiance, and ask the room, please rise.
Almighty God, as we legislate for our community, may a strong sense of justice and fair play permeate all that we do. Above all, we seek out your holy will. Give us the strength to follow it, regardless of all human considerations. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time I'm opening the public speaking portion of the meeting. Is there any member of the city, of the audience, or taxpayer wishing to address City Council? Please step forward. Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting. We'll move on to public hearings.
Ordinance number 4456, granting encroachment permit to APS Contracting, Inc., Patterson, New Jersey, to install a temporary fence within the public right-of-way at Lyons Place during the construction of the Union County Family Court at 2 Cherry Street.
Heard a reading of ordinance 4456. Is there any member of the public wishing to address City Council on ordinance number 4456? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting.
Ordinance number 4457, authorize the adoption of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Flood Damage Prevention and Control Ordinance pursuant to NJSA 4055D26A requirements.
You've heard a reading of ordinance 4457. Is there any member of the public wishing to address City Council on ordinance number 4457? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting.
Ordinance number 4458, rescind ordinance number 4254 adopted October 25, 2011, which authorized the establishment of a personalized handicap parking space for Shirley A. Dozier, 451 Walnut Street.
You've heard a reading of ordinance 4458. Is there any member of the public wishing to address City Council on ordinance number 4458? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting. Consent to my colleagues, I will dispense with reading petitions and communications and reports of city officers. We're going to move on to ordinances on first reading.
Ordinance number 4460, authorize the establishment of a personalized handicap parking space for Francisco Villa, 317 Niles Street.
You've heard a reading of ordinance number 4460. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for all, Mr. President.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Councilman Mazza.
Correction, Mr. President. His last name is Davila, D-A-V-I-L-A, not D-I.
What is it again?
D-A-V-I-L-A.
D-A-V. Okay.
With that amendment, is there anything else? Any other comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover.
Aye. Ordinance passes on first reading.
Ordinance number 4461, amend chapter 10.8.10 of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Stop Intersections, specifically to add a 4-way stop at the intersection of 3rd Street and Pine Street, and the installation of a stop sign warning 100 feet before the stop signs at said intersection.
You've heard a reading of ordinance number 4461. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for all, Mr. President.
It's moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa. Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman?
Aye.
Councilman Mazza?
Aye.
President Grover?
Aye. 7 ayes, ordinance passes on first reading.
Ordinance number 4462, authorize the adoption of a special emergency appropriation ordinance in the amount of $1 million for contractually required severance liabilities resulting from the retirement of employees pursuant to NJSA 484-53H.
Heard a reading of ordinance number 4462. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover?
Aye. 7 ayes, ordinance passes on first reading. Public hearing and further consideration of the foregoing ordinances shall take place at the City Council meeting to be held on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2014 at 7:30 p.m. We'll now move on to ordinances on final passage.
Ordinance number 4456, granting encroachment permit to APS Contracting Inc., Patterson, New Jersey, to install a temporary fence within the public right-of-way at Lyons Place during the construction of the Union County Family Court at 2 Carey Street.
A reading of ordinance number 4456 on final. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for vote, Mr. President.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover?
Aye. Ordinance passes on final.
Ordinance number 4457, authorize the adoption of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Flood Damage Prevention and Control Ordinance pursuant to NJSA 4055D26A requirements.
You've heard the reading of ordinance number 4457. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for vote, Mr. President.
It's moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover?
Aye. 7 ayes, ordinance passes on final.
Ordinance number 4458, rescind ordinance number 4254 adopted October 25, 2011, which authorized the establishment of a personalized handicap parking space for Shirley A. Dozier, 451 Walnut Street.
You've heard a reading of ordinance number 4458. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for vote, Mr. President.
It's moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover?
Aye. Ordinance passes on final. Now move on to new business.
Authorize an amendment to the fiscal year 2014 budget to insert as an item of revenue a New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety Edward Burr Memorial Justice Assistant Grant 2013 in the amount of $131,946.15. Confirm the reappointment of Ms. Edith Morales Vasquez Elizabeth to serve as a member of the Elizabeth Housing Authority for a term of 5 years, effective April 29, 2014.
Heard a reading of the resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for vote, Mr. President.
They've been moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman. Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover?
Aye. Resolutions pass.
Permit the purchasing agent to make the necessary arrangements with PropertyRoom.com to auction impounded property in the possession of the Elizabeth Police Department. Authorize the award of a contract to Air Braking Equipment, Hillside, New Jersey, for maintenance and repair of heavy-duty vehicles for various departments for the period March 17, 2014 through March 17, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the award of a contract for the purchase of auto parts for heavy-duty vehicles for various departments for the period March 17, 2014 through March 17, 2015 with Associated Auto Parts, Linden, New Jersey, at a cost not to exceed $100,000. Campbell Freightliner, LLC, Edison, New Jersey, at a cost not to exceed $75,000. Delta Products, White House, New Jersey, at a cost Lawson Products, Inc., Yardley, Pennsylvania, at a cost not to exceed $75,000. Mid-Atlantic Truck Center, Linden, New Jersey, at a cost not to exceed $75,000. Route 23 Auto Mall, Butler, New Jersey, at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorizing order of contract to Office Solutions, Inc., Warren, New Jersey, for the purchase of telecommunications equipment wired for various departments for the period March 14, 2014 through March 31st, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the adoption of a resolution supporting the Elizabeth Development Company of Elizabeth to apply to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for expansion of the boundaries of the 2009 Historic Midtown Elizabeth Plan for Community Revitalization and the creation of additional areas eligible for a Community Revitalization Neighborhood Revitalization Tax Credit. Authorize the award of contract to Allied Oil LLC, Hillsborough, New Jersey, for the purchase of gasoline for the Public Works Marina for the period March 2nd, 2014 through February 28, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $250,000. Authorize the award of contract to Kimco USA, Marshall, Illinois, for purchase of one portable stainless steel PTO-driven belt conveyor for the Department of Public Works in the amount of $46,910.80.
You've heard a reading of the resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
They've been moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover.
Aye, all resolutions pass.
Amend a resolution adopted November 12, 2013, authorizing PropertyRoom.com to auction obsolete city vehicles, specifically to permit the purchasing agent to conduct an in-house public sale of said vehicles on April 23, 2014. Authorizing award of contract to AAM Motor Sales, doing business as Jersey City Ford, Jersey City, New Jersey, for maintenance and repairs of vehicles for various departments for the period March 28, 2014 through March 31st, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorizing order of contract to First Independent Auto Repair Service LLC, Roselle Park, New Jersey, for transmission repair services for various departments for the period March 28, 2014 through March 31st, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $100,000. Authorizing order of contract to Bayway Lumber, Linden, New Jersey, for the purchase of lumber and associated materials for various departments under the Union County Co-op for the period March 28, 2014 through March 3, 2016, at a cost not to exceed $200,000. Authorizing order of contract to Turnout Fire and Safety, Inc., Jersey City, New Jersey, for the purchase of protective clothing and equipment for the fire and police departments and the Ambulance Service Bureau for the period April 1, 2014 to March 31, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $150,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Tri-State Maritime Safety Association, Camden, New Jersey, for shipboard firefighter training in the amount of $480,000. Amend a resolution adopted December 11, 2012, authorizing agreement with the law firm of Goldenberg, Mackler, Sayed, Mintz, Pfeiffer, Bonci, and Gill for legal representation on in-rem tax foreclosures, specifically to increase the original contract an additional $25,000 to complete sheriff sales of properties and costs related to redemptions. Authorize City Council to submit the completed best practices public meeting certification to the Department of Community Affairs that they have reviewed and discussed the 2014 state fiscal year best practices inventory at a public meeting in compliance with State Fiscal Year 2014 Appropriation Act in order to receive 100% state aid. Authorize the award of a contract to W.D. Snyder, Inc., Kenilworth, New Jersey, for the demolition and related work at Engine Company No. 6, 472 Catherine Street, at a cost of $131,025. Authorize the award of contract to Scafar Contracting, Inc., Newark, New Jersey, for the Elizabeth Recreation Pier rehabilitation due to Hurricane Sandy related damages. at a cost of $1,792,495. Establish handicap parking spaces in front of the premises located at 147 Inslee Place, 1054 Banning Street, and 813 Martin Street.
Heard a reading of the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Gollman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I am so pleased and happy to see the administration move forward with the process of the demolition of the old firehouse at Angel 6 over on Catherine and Jackson Avenue. Residents of that area is just ecstatic that we're moving forward. And I hope that my colleague would certainly support this very important resolution, because that firehouse is dearly needed. It's the only one between there and Irvington Avenue, and especially on the north end of Elizabeth, and that also that needed area. And I just witnessed a fire this morning down on 6th and Court Street. Luckily, the fireman responded very quickly, so my hats off to the fire department for their quick response and professionalism. And it's good to see our firemen and police officer respond so quickly when such a dangerous proposition exists. So my hats off to the administration, and we can't wait until this demolition takes place and the new firehouse is built. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Gollman. I just wanted to commend you, Councilman. I know you've been fighting for this firehouse to be in the neighborhood, and I know the residents are very happy. I also want to congratulate Councilman Torres for seeing that the Elizabeth Recreation Pier and the waterfront continues to be rehabilitated. We went through a very tough time with Hurricane Sandy, and I'm happy to see that the councilman is pushing that renovation forward, because the residents downtown and the residents of the entire city enjoy our waterfront, our boardwalk, and we're hoping that that'll be completed soon. Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover.
Aye, all resolutions pass.
Establish handicap parking spaces in front of the premises located at 805 Parkview Terrace. Delete the handicap parking space in front of the premises located at 37D Park Place. Authorize settlement in workers' compensation litigation matter of White v. City of Elizabeth in the total amount of $37,725. Support New Jersey Assembly Bill number 2135 to establish driving privilege cards to New Jersey residents who cannot prove lawful presence in the United States. Declare April 2014 as National Autism Awareness Month. Pay utility bills.
You heard a reading of the resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Gollman.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Grover.
Aye, all resolutions pass. We have commendations for Elizabeth Arabian Lions Club, for Ms. Sandra Toll for being recognized as an outstanding teacher at Thomas Jefferson Arts Academy, and for the 17 students who will be receiving the Elizabeth Promise Scholarship. That is a organization Councilman Questa has been behind for a few years, and I know that there's been a lot of students who have benefited from the scholarships offered by the Elizabeth Promise. I know the event is May 2nd. If anybody wants to help by donating to the program, please make sure you contact Councilman Questa. He's always looking for donations so that we can get more scholarships to more of the students graduating from high schools here in the city of Elizabeth. Any other commendations? Memorials, we have Julian Dorta, Wayne Pryor, and Wallace W. Tompkins. Any other memorials? And lastly, if we can all stand for a moment of silence on behalf of the memorials. Motion to adjourn.